And hello again, Internet! Here we are with what should be the final day of Painkiller, Day 7. I'm at the end boss. I looked up how to defeat him. I was close. I did have to throw something back at him, but it wasn't a rock. I'll show you when we get in here. I did practice it. It's not the easiest thing for me to do, but it's doable. I did practice it a little bit. I'm not changing the cards up either, because the cards don't matter on this one. You can't use any golden cards when you're on Lucifer anyway. There are no souls to collect. The ammo is, well, I mean, it would be nice to have double ammo, but that really doesn't do much for it. The only thing that mattered is the 150 health, which I already have. So let's go ahead and do this. And again, I absolutely love the way this level is designed. With the whole, you're kind of going through the history of war. I mean, a limited history of war, sure, but still. And here we see kind of like, you know, the intro Roman War. Let's go grab the ammo back here. Set moving up. And I actually really am enjoying this game. So you got Knights Crusaders armor down there. Trebuchets, siege weapons. Breaking down a castle wall. I'm going to go ahead and grab the armor. Oh, hello. Grab the armor anyway, even though in all reality, if the dude wants to one-shot me, he can still one-shot me. It's Lucifer. What are you going to do? More siege weapons. Come over here, you have the World War I trenches, followed by World War II, or even beyond, nuclear weapons, a shattered city, a battleship sinking off in the distance. This is seriously one of the most creative and beautifully designed levels I've seen. Well, they're like frozen in time. Here's the arrows coming down, swords hanging in midair. This is just, it's a beautiful level. And the game does have some really good creative things like this. And we'll get to the end here soon. Just got to destroy 66 of these. Again, 66. Always 66. Sword. Taking damage down here. Shouldn't be doing that. Whatever. Won't matter soon. Nothing matters. Boom. There's the big man himself. Now, there we go. You have to get him to throw his sword at you. And when he does, you need to send it flying back, like that, right there. And it looked like I didn't actually hit him with it. That's what you have to do. You have to get him to throw the sword and right there, fling it back at him. Got him. That's it. He threw his sword, I sent it back at him, I stabbed him with it, he is dead. I've killed the devil. Now I just get out of here, because that's it. Notice there's no more enemies popping up. Yeah, so it wasn't that you had to throw the boulders at him. You had to get him to toss his sword to you. I mean, just look at this stuff. Explosions mid-happening. This is so creative. You got the nuclear detonation going off in midair over there. Absolutely gorgeous graphics. Just look at this. Mushroom cloud and everything. Come over there. There's the battleship. Okay, let's see how bad the story gets. Yeah, this is a short recording today. I'll let you know in a bit. Boom! Unlocked. We get Mercy. Use golden cards 3 times per level if we wish. Now let's see the story. Hi Eve, how are you? Do you guys just not know who I am?
Well done, Daniel. Well done.
Alistor, I thought I killed you.
Huh.
You can't kill me up there. You simply sent me back here. We can, however, be destroyed down here.
Interesting.
He should have finished you off when he had the chance. But in the end, he was blinded by his infatuation with me. He got a lesson. I knew it would. Well, you put up more of a fight than I thought you would. Absorbing those demon souls has given you a tremendous amount of strength.
What?
I think it might have clouded your judgment. Welcome to hell.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't, you foolish human. We could have overthrown heaven ages ago, but Lucifer wasn't confident we were ready. He thought we needed more demons. He thought we lacked the strength necessary. He gave them too much credit and wasted too much time. He was weak. He was short-sighted, and he had to be removed from power.
What?
By the way, I'm not the only one who agrees with this. We all came here for Lucifer. You just happened to beat us to it. Although I didn't think you could destroy him. Regardless, had you not done it, we surely would have. I must admit I was shocked to see that you declined the offer to heaven. Bad decision.
When I'm finished here, I'll make my way back up there.
When you're finished here, you'll never be finished here. I'm going to torture you.
You already told him that he can kill you here.
To enjoy watching you scream with pain. As I
That was a very stupid thing for you to do.
Don't worry. You won't feel much.
Bring it on!
And now we can... What is this, Crimson Land? Come on, man! Seriously, this looks like Crimson Land now. Okay. Oh, well, we got more. Credits? Credits. There we are. So that's Painkiller. Loud, too. Boy, boy. So... yeah, that's louder than I want it to be. Oh, I did not actually want to do that. Options, I'll go back into the credits. Let me just turn the volume down just a moment, because they're a little bit louder than I want it to be. I do want to go ahead and speak here, give my review of the game. I know it's a short recording today. It was literally just the one level. I didn't have time yesterday. I had, unfortunately, an appointment in the afternoon, so I couldn't just play through until I figured it out, or got lucky. Options, credits, Painkiller. There we go. We'll just let these run while I talk. I always let the credits run, at least once, so, you know, people can see quite what it looked like. Alright, right, I gotta do something else, too. Yeah, I'm dumb. There we go. I have to turn my computer volume down, which I can't do in the game. At least not with the button that I use. So, let's try this again. Hey, you know, hey, we're live. I'm a professional. No, I'm not a professional. I never claimed to be a professional, and this is why. So, Painkiller. You know, to be entirely honest, if it wasn't for Chapter 4, I would probably absolutely adore this game. But most of my big issues come from Chapter 4. I didn't like how cheap that chapter was. I said most of my big issues. There are others. This game was released in 2004, and it has one of the big problems that Quake had. The color palette is freaking dull. Grays and browns. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, gray, brown, red. That's the entirety of the color palette. Who thought this was a good idea? Look at Doom. Doom is one of the most colorful games there is. Heck, there's one area of Doom that has like red and blue walls. It's terrible for streaming because that area just destroys codecs. They cry trying to go between the red, blue, red, blue, red, blue all over that area. But it looks good in the game. It looks appropriate. And you should not be afraid of color. But you have these games. They don't want to use blue. They don't want to use green for some reason. They think that everything has to be red-toned and gray and dusty and dirty and rock, and it's terrible. Really, the graphics could have been so much better if they would actually paint with all the colors of the rainbow instead of all the colors of the sewer. You have more colors, use them. As for the levels themselves, a lot of them were kind of just there. I mean, a lot of the architecture wasn't mind-blowing. That last level is. Oh my god, total thumbs up for that last level. I love it! And there are some levels where the details are good. I mean, the only level itself, the actual level that I had a problem with is probably that first city in the water, and even that looks good. It's just the confusion on it, where you don't know where you're supposed to go. Because it keeps looping you back to the same area, and then you have to take a different path. And that's just because of that. I mean, oh, cool, Jim Cummings. Nice. They had some good voice actors on this. But train of thought just got derailed. Yeah, the fact that you kept looping around the same area. Other than that, the levels were... They did their job. The stuff looked different. I mean, that first graveyard and the church, and you're inside the church, the ruined chapel. That one looked nice. There's some creative stuff, but a lot of it is just like, yeah, this is kind of... It's architecture. Yeah, the Tower of Babel. It was a tower, yay. I think I would probably have liked it better if on the outside you could see this tower just climbing off in the distance that you have to go to and then go up. That one felt kind of shallow to me. You know, it could have been taller. You could have seen more of it. Because you don't see it in the distance. That's the thing. Your view of it is completely blocked off by where you are. I would have liked to have had to look up that tower. See it as I approach it and then have to climb it. But that's just a personal thing. And the music has stopped. Why is the music stopped? Why did you not have enough music for the credits? Or at least repeat it? Ugh. The music in the game is, for the most part, pretty good. I like it. The graphics, it's 2004, and other than the color palette, you can tell what things are. There are some creative enemies. I like the weapons. I really like the fact that each weapon is effectively 2 weapons. I wish there were more, because there's still, it feels like there's still gaps. You need more AoE weapons, especially given how many enemies there are. I would have loved like a chain lightning style attack. Not necessarily a BFG stuff, but like if I hit something with the lightning gun, I would have liked it to arc to other enemies. I would have liked throwing a bola or some type of weapon that went forward and just sliced through groups of enemies. And back in the shadows he goes. I would have liked... I would have liked the cannon from... Oh, brain, come on, Serious Sam. That cannon, it just, you charge it up and it throws this huge cannonball out and just rolls over hordes of enemies. See, that's the thing. With a horde shooter like this, with an arena shooter where you're getting swamped with enemies, you need ways to kill them faster. And you need ways to kill more of them. You can put more enemies on the screen if you give the player a way to defeat them faster. But, for example, one of the weapons in this, the stake launcher, the rate of fire is so low. I mean, I used it in several areas, and it's great to use. I love the way it feels. I love the way it just nails the enemy, pins him to the wall. It's beautiful. But it's too slow to use in a lot of areas. You have the machine gun part of the lightning gun, the little nail gun thing, but it has so few ammo that it's out before you're done. It runs through its ammo so quickly. The rocket launcher chain gun is great, but again, the chain gun side, you're going to run through the... Actually, the ammo on that one was quite nice. 500 ammo, and it took a while to go through it. And of course, rocket launcher. But the problem with the rocket launcher is, it does damage to you, too. So you can't use it in close quarters. I needed an AoE in close quarters. Something that would, hit everything around me. The Painkiller, that was a cool weapon. Chainsaw, a little shuriken launcher, where the blades should have been part of the damage, but no, only the centerpiece. That was dumb. And then that lightning string thing that it has, that's just weird. But it works. The laser, they just run through. Really, enemies should have had some AI for that. And that's another thing. The AI in this is actually decent. For the most part, the enemies come toward you, but every now and then they do something a little off. Not as good as, Blood, where some of the enemies just would leave. Like I say, people underestimate in AI just having enemies run away from you. They don't always have to run straight toward you. Having the enemy run away now and then gives them a little bit of randomness, a little bit of unpredictability, and it makes them smarter. Rather than have them just run toward you. Ah! So many games, that's all they do is run toward you. Oh well. Overall, what do I think of this game? I like it. I hated that Alistair boss fight. I think the story is pretty bad and pretty badly presented. I did not like the animation in that. That was very Uncanny Valley. I'm glad they tried. And the CGI like that has gotten much better. But I don't think it was good in this. I'm sorry to say that. I think Doom has a better story. Yes, Doom, where there is no story presented in-game. The only story in Doom is, oh hey, we've been developing these portals and we accidentally tapped into hell. Now demons are overrunning our base. Could you go kill them for us? Okay. But that makes more sense than this did. That makes a lot more sense than this did. The boss fights. They're creative. It took me a while to figure out Swamp. Okay, Swamp Thing boss fight annoyed me because I tried shooting the bubbles and they didn't pop. And that's because the only weapon you have that can shoot the bubbles is the shotgun, and it doesn't always hit them. The other weapon won't pop the bubbles. So, I tried it a few times, it didn't work, and that made me stop trying it. Had to go look that up. The first boss fight there was nothing there. It was just the Necro Giant. You just gotta throw as much damage as you can at him, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. The next boss fight was the Swamp Thing, which was actually pretty good once you know how to do it. The third boss fight was, that was the Guardian, where you have to kill the Hammer and then him. Yeah, nothing spectacular, but not bad. Nothing wrong with that fight. The Alistair fight, though. The Alistair fight can go straight to hell. And only because of the first 3 phases of it. If it did not have those first 3 phases, where it was on top, or if it only had one of those phases, like phase 2 and 3 needed to just go. The falling damage needed to go. You needed to not have falling damage on that map. You needed some way that the player wouldn't be killed just by the level. I don't like the way he swooped and breathed the fire, but at least you could avoid those. But in the second and third phases, where he just jumps at you and breathes fire, and you can't get away because he turns, even if you sidestep, he turns his head and burns you anyway. You can't outrun him because he jumps far enough to reach you. You basically are taking automatic damage. I don't like that. I don't like the falling damage. But when you get to the bottom, when you're on the 4th stage of it, I consider the 4th stage and then reviving as the 5th stage. That was really cool and creative. That was a fun mechanic. But you had to wade through all the shit to get there. And it wasn't worth it. I hated doing that fight. Absolutely hated it. And when I won, I didn't feel proud that I've accomplished something. I felt pissed that the game had put me through all that. And I don't want to do that ever again. Even for the good ending. Because that was the bad ending. You have to play through the game now on a higher difficulty. On the highest difficulty that only now unlocked because I've already beaten the game. So to get the true ending, you have to beat the game twice. I don't like that either. Makes sense, kind of. It's a way to replay and make you get the cards and all that. The cards! I love that. I love having challenges like that. Now that I know how the card mechanic works, that I could have put the cards in right away and it wouldn't have mattered. You don't have to. It's not per level. It's just you put them in. That's it. That's awesome. I love it. I wish they could have used. It needed more diversity. I don't like the fact that there's the there's the haste, double haste, triple haste. I don't like that. I don't like the forgiveness and mercy thing where one of them lets you do it twice, one of them lets you do it 3 times. No, use different effects. Don't overwrite old effects. It's much better to have something new. A more variety rather than just, well, this card has been completely obsoleted by this one. I don't like that. Double ammo, that was a good one. A little bit more health, that's a good one. Double gold, that's a good one. Stuff like that. These are nice. I hope other games in the series have those cards as well. I love challenges like that. I love little extra things the player can do for a reward. I don't like how the Alistair fight made the rewards mandatory. Okay, so yeah, in the end, would I recommend this game? Yeah, I would. With a caveat, one of the reasons I have this game is the fact that, and I'm going to say it, it goes on sale on Steam fairly frequently and at deep discounts. There are times when the pack is 90% off, and that's not just for this game. That's for the entirety of Painkiller. All of the sequels, the DLC, everything, $7. It's not like that all the time. But if you do manage to find that pack on sale, I mean, hey, we're at winter right now. Christmas is coming up. We might have a full-on winter sale. Keep an eye out for it. That $7 for the entire pack? Absolutely! One of the greatest values there if you love these types of games. Even with how frustrating this game is, because of how cheap that is, that's amazingly worth it. Even without that, if you played this back in the day, you probably enjoyed it. I see now why I never finished it, because of that one boss fight, because holy crap. But I was able to do it this time with a lot of save scumming. So, my final opinions, yeah, I like the game. Yeah, I would recommend it. And I'm not going through it again to show you guys the true ending. So if you want to see it, go for it. Play the game. Absolutely enjoy it. Now, I wasn't supposed to be recording today. It's actually my birthday today. Woohoo! And I'm going to enjoy my birthday gifts for the next few days, so I'm not going to be recording right away. I already got my Pokemon Moon, and I'm going through it. So far, I got up to getting my starter, and that's it so far. But hey, I got my starter. Woo! Fire starter again. I always do fire starter. Have since the first gen. 20 years I've been playing these games. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is available for the next few days. Check out some games. When I do return, I don't know what game I'm going to be on. I'll just admit it right now. Once again, I've not really thought ahead. I don't have any, this would be perfect game in mind. I have options. I have lots of options, and I'll pick one of those out. It's not a problem. I have things I'm thinking of. For example, Rainbow Six, or oh, my brain just died. Come on, I know the name of this game, Planescape Torment. I'm thinking about that one maybe. Might even do one of the earlier Ultima or Elder Scrolls games. I don't want to do those right now because they're long games, very long roleplay games. But we'll see what the mood strikes me when it does. But there's a huge list of games still available to play. And until then, Internet, take care. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope if you like Painkiller, check it out. I mean, they're still making some of the expansions and sequels are still kind of coming out. Like, I bought that $7 pack again just for the DLC for Hell and Damnation because I'd already bought the pack and it was missing that, and it was actually cheaper to buy that pack again than even the DLC on sale. It's insane. That's why I say get it. If you see it, pick it up. Totally worth it. Also, why isn't it version 1.66? Tisk, tisk. I mean, look at that. What a failure right there. Right there. At any rate, take care, Internet. I hope you've enjoyed, and enjoy the games you play. Till next time. Bye-bye.